folks. I'm back. Weekend time. Anyway, we're at part 10. And H1 chilling, I got into myself writing, putting together a nonfiction story and poetry and stuff like that. And I was chilling, whatnot, and we just started joking around, telling jokes, and then one of my boys came by and he said, "Man, I remember those days, man. We ain't getting young." I said, "Tell me about it, man." You know what I'm saying? And then we were talking about, different places and people that we used to, you know, stick up and stuff. I think we're sticking up drug dealers and shit like that. You know, very cool. Nobody got hurt, and I don't believe in. I take what you got. You know what I'm saying? And moving in the right direction. One time, man, somebody told me, they said, "Yo, this dude got some material, it's real easy. All you gotta do is roll up in there, man, and pull out the gap, man, and the dude gonna fart on himself." I said, "Yeah, it's like that." I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "All right, look." I said, "Where's this at?" "You gotta go to Manhattan." Manhattan, I'm in the Bronx. Manhattan. I said, "Hey." So we head down to Manhattan, me and my boy. Hit up in the building. We had to go back to the 9th, 10th floor, man, elevator and shit. So anyway, we go, boom, boom, boom. I knock on the door. Lady opens the door, and she said, "What can I do for you?" Crying. I said, "Oh." So "Excuse me, I'm looking for Mac the Jack, Not his name, but so she said, "He dead." I said, "What?" "He dead." I said, "Oh." I apologize, "Yeah, he dead. What you want him for?" I said, "Nah, man, looking for some product." I said, "No, passed away, he took all his shit with him." Damn, like that. So we were laughing about that, And I said, "Bro, the things that we used to do when we were young, tell me about it. I used to hang out. I used to hang out in Brownsville with this brother named Indio Hollywood. Look at this, Indio Hollywood. And we'd be on Georgia Avenue, one of the places, man. And just, doing our thing and whatnot. One time, man, this guy, he goes and he did trying to get some drugs. He thought he was going to go get like 2 or 3 bundles. The one only had 2 bags on him. Bro, you can't, good people and all that, man, but I can't hang with you, man, And I left, man, I was on Georgia Avenue and Vermont Street. I'm out of here, I used to be on LES. I used to hang on 3rd Street with my Manito Justice, the crianza, from childhood, each other. And we should do our thing, man. Come off. And it was one of the one day we got, this is a funny one. One day we got up sick and whatnot, looking for some money. So we walked down second place place called Mobilization for Youth. Hanging out there, and then we went down to First Avenue. I said, bro, I don't know, man. Let me see if I got something in the house. Boom, 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 so we get us started. So as we walking back towards, I think I lived in 236 or 234, something like that, 3rd Street. You know, between, I think it was, yeah, it was C and D. Anyway, my boy, man, he goes to stick up this old dude, man. I looked around and said, what you doing? I said, yo, man. Next thing I knew, Pop, man, knew how to box. He took my man Justice to school, man. He had the nerve to call me, help me. I said, man, you're on your own, man. You're on your own, man. But you know, that's not our stilo, man. That's not our style. What's wrong with you? You know, doing different. There were places, like I used to be uptown, man, on 84th Street. That was my hangout spot, man, 84th Street, between Amsterdam and Columbus for years, you know. Because I was like, I was part of a gang called the Vampires, you know. Started by Umbrella Man, Cake Man, and all, Dracula and other people, you know. So I was like part of that whole situation on 84th Street. They were from Hell's Kitchen, you know. And we used to do some, I mean, basically, we used to do crazy shit, man, just about weed, you know. And when I mean crazy, I mean, you know, like we used to go to Woolworth and other places, man, to snatch underwears and shit and sell them, man. Have like maybe about $30, $40, man. We go buy the weed, and then we go to Automat. After we smoke, we go to the Automat, put your quarter, 34, whatever, and eat, you know. So it was just a crazy, you know, way of growing up and stuff like that. You know, sometimes I reflect and think about it. I say, you know, if most of us would have had like 2 parents to raise us, I think we would have done pretty damn good. You know, like my mom's, man, she raised 4 of us. And it was hard. I'm very serious. It was hard. You know, it was hard for her, hard for the rest of us. You know, and like school education for me, man, I think I'm dyslexic. I you know, because it's hard for me to sit down and learn. Now, when I do apply myself, when I did apply myself, man, I was getting all A's, blah, 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 you know, awards, all that crazy stuff. But there were times, man, when I had like a fog in my head, you know. And so one day, I'm chilling, man, you know, doing my work. I used to go to IS 44 back in the 60s. I'm over there chilling, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, man, this dude comes in, man, gangster, cursing at everybody. And they look at me and say, what the fuck are you looking at? I say, hey, I'm looking at you, brother. First of all, here's the deal. I didn't want to get into no trouble. I wasn't looking for no trouble. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, man, that, you know, if I would have violated, I would have went back. Because look, in 1958, I got shot with a 22. That same year, I'm sorry, it was 1956. 56, I got shot, 22. A year later, I ended up in Spofford. They called it the Youth House, but I ended up in Spofford. You know, and I'm like, for me, the Youth House was like kindergarten. Then I went upstate to Highland State Training School, right? which was like high school. Then I went to, for me, college is up north, up in Barehill and stuff. Anyway, um, so again, if I would apply myself, I went to school with people, man, who became assistant DAs, lawyers, doctors, and stuff like that. I used to go to PS 33. It's located on, 27th Street and 9th Avenue, And I was always in smart classes and stuff like that. And in a way I think about it, life would have been much easier, man, if I would have been, raised by two parents. You know, hey, it is what it is, man. So jumping from there to the present time, I was in the laundry doing my work. It was almost the end of the day when this guy comes. Guy he must have been like about 6'7". And he comes direct, to the laundry room, boom. And he looks at me, and I'm looking at him. He goes, "Can you do me a favor?" "What's the favor?" He says, "I gotta get a job. I need a job. I gotta get a job, and I need clean clothes. You think you can wash this?" Now look, it was like maybe about, I said I had like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and that was to clean up and all that, and then I said, yeah. No, and then he told me, he said, "Yeah, I just came from behind the wall, and I was in a box all this time." I said, "Don't worry about it, brother. I got you." He said, "I'm going to look out for you." I said, "No, you don't have to look out for me, man. That's my job. So he gave me his clothes. I washed them, boom, boom, boom. Then I called one of my boys. I said, "Yo, the brother that came in?" "Yeah." "You know where he's locking down?" He said, "Yeah, his cube is." I said, "Well, do me a favor, give this to him, man." So he went and gave it to him. The next day I saw him. He came directly to where I worked with 2 packs of Newport. He said, "Yo, this for you, man, for looking out for me." I said, "Nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man." He said, "No, you righteous." I said, "I wish I was righteous, man. I'd be making a lot of money, man. It's one of the righteous brothers." The guy started laughing. But anyways, I found out that he was one of the heads, big heads of the Bloods. One day I'm coming out of commissary. By that time he was working in the kitchen. So I'm coming out of commissary, boom, and he's walking in my direction. When he sees me, his eyes lit up. He said, "Oh man, my man, blah, 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 blah." He had an entourage, okay? And they looking at me like, "Who's this dude?" And then he turned around and said, "Yo, you see this brother right here?" He told his people that. He said, "See this brother right here? He said, if you ever see him in any problems, make sure you get his back." And I looked at him. I said, "Damn." And I said, "Yo, this is my man right here, man. He looked out for me when I came, into this prison." So they said, "Yeah, boom, boom, boom." They smiled and all that. Everything was like that. I would say about before the week was out. I'm serious. Before the week was out, I'm looking out the window. That brother, man, knocked out the CO. I couldn't believe it. Crush, everybody came, and they took him out. Soon after, my boy, Gurita, Sosa, the guy that swam from, he got into one with the COs, man. They took him out too. I'm like, what's going on, man, with these people, Anyway, I get back to the to housing. Mail call. They call my name. I had like this. I had mail from Gloria. I had mail from Pan American. I had mail from SUNY University, and I had mail from St. John's of Divine. I started opening. I opened up the Pan American because I wanted to find out. When I looked, I won a Pan American Award for the nonfiction story that I that I was writing. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Wow." The poetry, right? The poetry. The name of the poem is called "I Am." About a little kid, man, that grew up in poverty and stuff like that. And then another poem, I forgot the name of it. I think it was "Take the Seed." St. John's Divine had put it up on the wall with other poems, with other poets. You know, the story that I won the Pan American Award was called "Salvation," and they picked that to be part of an anthology for a book called "Undoing Time." So with that, try to stay good, man. Try to stay out of trouble, man. You know what? Don't be a slave to nobody. Be a slave to yourself. Peace out.